Hey everyone, well this video is going to be a viewer request video. One of you here reached out to me recently a couple days ago and asked me if I would do a video specifically on the dual wheel setup on this particular tractor behind me here, my trusty old Massey Ferguson 1135. Specifically mentioning these here, the rear wheel dual setups. Different styles and different options that they had on these tractors and what they all used on them. So what we have here, like I say, is my Massey Ferguson 1135 tractor. This is a, I believe, 1976 model. These tractors came in a couple of different configurations. They came in, this one was known as adjustable axles or row crop version, and they had the Western Special version. This one has the adjustable front axles. The Western Special had the solid welded steel front axle, or fixed axle. They used all the same inner cast wheels and the inner wedge or axle slide lock. As far as I know, most of them had that set up. I think there was a little bit of a slight variation. This one came from the factory with 18.4 38 tires, and it still has the 18.4 38s on it. Of course, they came originally with bias, and I've long ago upgraded this one to radial tires, which is a little easier on your axles and axle bearings overall. Some would disagree, but there's a little more give and flex in these tires. As you can see, they bounce and ride pretty smooth when you're going through the field and over rougher conditions. Plus you get a lot better traction with radials than you do with bias. But anyways, getting on with it here. This style here is adjustable rims, or what they call slide locks. Now they all work on the same similar principle. These center casts here have these your mounting lugs. They all act like a wedge system. These are a little different, as in they have like a notch cut in these slides here, and your bolt, when you tighten, pulls up into the casting of the wheel, and it pushes or expands outward, locking your wheel system in. My putty tat here wants to get in on the video. Say hello to everybody. There you go. So anyways, that's this style. The viewer was asking me how I had the spacing set up for my wheels on this tractor. Now you can set your spacings wherever you want, however you want, a little different. This one is right to the outside edge of the bar axle, or what they would call your axle shaft. The wedge, the hub, the casted sliding lock hub is pretty much right out to the end. As you can see, they have a 4-bolt system that expands or locks the wedge into the cast inner wheel, and that's what holds it in place on the axle shaft. And like I say, the sliding wheel locks, you can move the rim, you turn it to move the wheel in and out for spacing. This one here for the outer wheel is pretty much almost right within an inch of the inch or inch and a half of the edge of the rim, inside edge of the rim here, and I'll show you the inside wheel how I have it set up. Here's the back side of that casted wedge. They're both facing the same way outward, but this one is slid within 3/4 of an inch of the casting of the tractor. It's right in. And on this one here, I have the wheel, the cast center of the wheel to the outside rim is dead center of the rim, just simply to carry the weight better, because my inside tires on this tractor are fully ballast with fluid. They're filled with calcium, so they're quite heavy. They're not right full, but they're 3/4 full to just above the top of the rim. Just want to do a quick interjection here. When I was showing the back wheels on the Massey there, I was talking about ballast in the rear inside duals, or the main wheels on the inside wheels on the tractor. Now I have ballast fluid, and certain people don't use ballast fluid. And I think the question that the viewer was asking me was if they could use casted ballast weights or add to the outside duels. And the answer to that question would be no. Actually, it is not recommended and was never recommended by Massey Ferguson to use any ballast in the outside duels. I know some people probably did. I don't on that tractor. I only have ballast on the inside, and that was when I was doing field work with it. So now that I'm not doing heavy tillage work with it, I would probably, if I was to change the tires, I would probably completely leave the ballast out of it, simply because I need flotation for working on wet haylands and stuff like that in certain wet summers. So, but if you're doing tillage work with them, yeah, you can ballast them definitely. But you're supposed to keep your ballasting to your inside wheel track, not on your outboard duels. That was Massey Ferguson's recommendation. That's what I was told by actually a couple of different dealers years ago when I had first was looking at buying this tractor, and I asked around if they were a good tractor or not, and the general consensus was yes, but they do have an Achilles heel with their outer outboard bearing on the differentials going bad on them if you do not run your ballast right on them, or if you stress them with too much weight on the outside of your axle shafts. You're supposed to keep your ballast to your inside wheel, not to your outside wheel. So just thought I would throw that in there, because that was a question that was asked of me. So just thought I would, like I say, make a quick interjection. So anyways, my spacing, I believe I measured it out, was roughly 3.5, 4 inches between the tires. Now you could get a little more spacing between your duels by moving the slide lock over a little bit, moving the tire a little bit closer to the cab, and you would have probably a 6 to 7 inch spacing. That's about all you'll get on these. They are nice. They're not they don't have any spacer rings they're not a clamp-on duel. I have that on another one of my tractors here. I'll show you that. I'll go ahead and show you a couple of different wheel and tire options that I have on some of my other tractors here that I have duals on, and also a set of duals that I'm thinking about putting on one of my other tractors as an upgrade from what I currently have. But anyways, this is for the Massey Ferguson part. This is what's on this 1135. This is how I have it set up. This video is for a JP from down in southern Texas. He asked me if I would share some information with him if I could, and I'm hoping this helps you folks out, and you can get your tractor set up the way you want. But anyways, this is how mine is set up. I guess they've seen the tractor. If you followed my channel for a while, you've seen quite a few videos of this tractor over the last couple of years, me cutting hay with it and me doing major repairs on it. A couple summers ago here, I did the front hydraulic pump. I had the whole front of the tractor apart. I've had this old girl now probably more than 20 years, 25 years, something like that. When you have an old tractor like this for this many years, it almost becomes a part of you. I've covered a lot of miles with this tractor. I've made a lot of hay with it. It's spread a lot of manure. It's worked land. I've since gotten a better main workhorse, my Case IH Magnum 7120, or what they call the boxcar Magnums. Another excellent tractor. This one I have no complaints about. This old 1135 has done me well for many years. It owes me nothing for what I originally paid for it. I got a good deal on it. Did a little bit of work on it initially when I got it. I did the injection pump to improve runnability because it was running a bit rough. Following years I did the injectors in it and water pump. Got the radiator reconditioned at one point. And like I say, a couple years ago here did the main front hydraulic pump on it. But overall it's been an absolutely... It's been a really good tractor overall. I can't complain. It's done very well for me over the years. Like I say, it's done a lot of work. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention on these row crop specials on these 1135s. Also came usually with the optional, or came with the 3-point hitch system, which this one has. It's never worked right from day one when I got it. So I took the main 3-point hitch arms off, and just the system is still hanging there, never removed it. But on the Western Specials they didn't have this, they just had an open casted cap on the back of them. And they also had a different drawbar hitch system on them. And it was kind of the swing hitch system, whereas these are more the captive hitch with the slide blocks for the 3-point get-ups. So like I say, they're a little bit different option of a tractor. And there's one other thing that I want to show you here right away when it comes to they had 2 different options in them for transmissions in these tractors. Seeing that we're going through everything, we're going to talk about it, so I might as well show you folks. Winter has made a reappearance here once again. I'll just show you quickly here. As far as the operator platform goes on these, like I say, they had 2 transmission options in these tractors. This one has the multi-power transmission, which is a 3-speed standard with a high-low standard, and the 2-speed multi-power, which is an additional high-low or a splitter, hydraulic splitter. It's in the front of the transmission here. It's like a hydraulic clutch pack. These work excellent. You can split your ranges. In the field, if you're cutting, you're in low. Like if I'm cutting hay, I'm in low range. I'll run second gear, high range multi-power. The Western Specials, like my brother has, it's got a different transmission setup. They don't have the multi-power. This is off here. This lever isn't even on the dash. You just have the PTO engager. They still have the high-low standard transmission, but instead of a 3-speed standard, they've got a 4-speed standard, so that gives you a 8-speed transmission, whereas these are, I believe, 12-speed, if I remember correctly, according to the book. So they give you a few more ranges where you can split all your half-split your gears, so it works very, very nice. I quite like it. Fairly trouble-free system. The multi-power, Massey Ferguson had it way back in their old number 65 tractors, and then later the utility tractors and the big tractors, they all had it. The 1100 series, the old 1100s, and the 165s, 175s, the 255s and 65s and 85s, and all their 1, 2, and even I think some of their 3 series tractors had these multi-power transmissions. So it was a very popular system back in the day. So yes, you can see a sad old 1135 that's half stripped out for parts that I've been cannibalizing, that I need to keep my other old 1135 alive and well. This one, the reason why I bought it, actually, it was an insurance write-off originally. They had a severe cab fire and the whole inside of the cab and the dash burnt to a crisp. So I picked it up at an insurance auction for a very reasonable price, so it served me well for parts and whatever I need to keep the other one going. But anyways, if anybody was wondering what these inner casted hub look like, this is it here. This is your adjustable. This is the inner cast hub that goes inside of these cast wheel that I'm talking about here, that lock in here with the 4 bolts. They've got a keyway in them. It goes into this cast center, and you slide them and move them wherever you need them on the shaft. And they've got a keyway in the axle shaft. So it's 2 separate keyways. You got 1 key here and 1 key there, but the keyway itself is cut right at the full length of the axle shaft, right from about an inch past the planetary housing. Pretty much, well, it does comes right out to the end of the axle shaft. So there you go. This one has the sliding adjustable wheels as well. So and this one was also a roll crop special with the 3-point hitch and the adjustable front axle. So that's why I bought it, because it was the exact same tractor as my other one. And like I say, it's slowly growing into the trees, but every summer a part or 2 here and there gets robbed off of it to keep the other one going. So not that the other one breaks down that often, but it's more of just an upgrade of things that I want to you know, this one had some better parts than my original one, so stuff gets robbed off of here and slowly moved over to the other one if something looks like it's going to fail, or I just want to improve the other tractor overall. So that's what I've done. It cannibalized this one to keep the other one going. So okay, well, I'm over here at my other tractor, which is the totally different model and the year range, the Case IH 7120 Magnum. But I'm just using this as an example for the wheel setups that you can have on any farm tractor. This is what would be called your bolt-on tie bolt style duel. They've got a spacer ring between the rims that slides in between them, and it's attached with keeper J-bolts or tie bolts that go into special lugs that go onto your inner cast wheel. Now this is also a system with an inner cast wheel with axle shafts with locking hubs, and this is with the kind of rim I'm talking about. These ringed rims here. They've got the different style with the raised rib all around the inside of the rim, and then they've got those different style of wedge lock, but works in the same principle. And this is basically the kind of setup my brother has on his 1135 Massey. He's got he put that style of wheel on to those Massey Ferguson casted rings, and he's got the same keeper system with tie bolts. Not as many as here. I think he's got only 4 or 5 keepers tie bolts on his rims. This big beast I have to, because she will spin the rim and pull all the whatchamacallums, the tie bolts at a funky angle if you don't have it really torqued down, because these tractors will pull like a freight train. They really pull. So anyways, I've got 8 tie bolts holding my rims on this one, so she's really dualed up good. But they have also another one that's called a snap lock clamp-on duels. Now those I really like, and I actually at an auction sale a couple years ago picked up a set of rims, because these rims I have on here, or my tires I should say, sorry, on the outside duels on my tractor here on this Magnum are getting pretty dry rotted. I had to change one last year. I found another older used tire to bide my time type of thing until I can find some decent. This tractor has all radials on it, and radial farm tires now are stupid expensive. So I'm just waiting till the right deal, the right time comes along, and I can pick up a set of, this one has 20.8 38s on it, so they're a pretty big tire, and they are expensive. Even economy radials are stupid expensive for these now. So there's those other style of quick connect or quick snap on duels that I picked up the rims. I think it was Unifirth made them in Saskatchewan here in Canada. There's another company, I forget, a couple different companies make them as well. But instead of having to use nuts and bolts like this here and fart around for a couple of hours putting your duels on, those, once you get your duel on, you just take and you snap that little keeper over, like that little bear trap, and works perfect. They are a very clean, nice, you know, compact system. So here we go. I'm just going to throw this in here towards the end of the video as a quick little reference here. This is what I'm talking about with these slide-on duels here. Like I say, they still have the spacer ring that goes into the inside of your other wheel, but this is what I'm talking about. They've got this T-rail that's welded inside of the rim, and they've got these slides that go to wherever you need, and you can use tie bolts with them if you want, but all the ones that I've seen, they've got you space them for wherever you need in the rim. They just slide to where you want to put your spacer bolts to, and then like I say, they got those little snap locks, and I actually have the full set of snap locks for these wheels. I just don't have them here, but maybe I'll show that some other day. And yes, I do have the 2 rims. I got well, this one still has a rotten old tire on it, but these rims are for the 20.8 38 to go on my Magnum. I don't know what other tractor they were, like I say, they were off of, but they will fit on my Magnum, and they're a lot cleaner, nicer looking rim than those other big cobby ones that I currently have on there. But like I say, if I get better set of tires at some point to put on that Magnum, then these rims will probably be going on as my duels for that one. So just a little interesting side note that I thought I'd throw in there when we're seeing that we're talking about tractor dual wheels and rim setups and all that here while we're at showing all the different options. So there you go, a tutorial on tractor dual wheel setups for the different, at least what I run. I know there's a few other different complete wheel hub options out there or whatever as well. There's Steiger had a different style of wheel and rims. John Deere has their own different variations of that, and there's probably a few more too that I'm missing, and I'm sure some of you in the comments will be including what you all have on your tractors or what you've seen. But this is specifically how my tractor's set up, so this is what I have, this is what I run, this is what I know. So I just thought I'd show what the options they had for these tractors at the time when these tractors were, well, when they came out of the factory. Anyways, this got a lot longer again than I had originally anticipated, but thanks everybody for stopping by and checking out another one of my videos, and we'll see you all on the next one.